What's up guys, Omni here. You guys know how it goes, another day, another video. Last night I tweeted I sleep. What recent news, topic, tweets, videos you want me to talk about tomorrow? Hey guys, it's Monday, February 24th. Happy Monday. Yeah, last Monday before we move into the next month, the third month of the year of 2025. That's right, we're already 5 years into 2020 and we're already 3 months almost into the new year. Time is going by really fast. Anyway, we've got a lot of news to talk about. Okay, I don't know what's in the air. I think I gotta make more videos. Like I gotta make these almost daily every day because there's so much that's going on. I can't keep up. Like every time I take like a break or I go do something or whatever, if I just ease off the internet for a bit, ease off the gas and the brakes, it just starts accumulating. So I'm gonna try to hit you guys with a few more dailies, maybe even multi-dailies. Start off with this one. Okay, a lot of you guys asked me to talk about the Destroyer of Worlds saying trash taste drama. You hate to see it happen. That's right. If you guys don't know about Trash Taste, it's basically an anime podcast that's not an anime podcast with C-Dog VA, aka Connor, Giguk, and the Anime Man. I think they've been doing this podcast for well over 2 to maybe even 3 years, and they've had special guests for the longs of PewDiePie and everyone that you can actually think of. However, their most recent podcast, titled We Love Sweaty Anime Men, featuring Hasan Abi, Trash Taste number 244, sparked a lot of controversy because it included the one and only and infamous Hasan that you see here on the right. In case you guys don't know who Hasan is or why he's in a lot of controversy, he's under hot fire after this whole content nuke that dropped from one of his arch enemy nemesis, Ethan Klein of H3H3, where he claimed that Hasan is a terrorist sympathizer amongst many other claims. Okay, this man basically found every single bad thing that this guy has ever done and made a compilation of it, and I believe he actually plans on making a sequel to the video as well. Yeah, the like and dislike bar that I see here, 17,000 likes, 26,000 dislikes. I'm sorry, it's early. The outrage on Twitter was really bad, like ginormously bad. They were being ratioed and people were just like, you know, screw Hasan. And it was just hundreds of thousands, if not millions of freaking impressions of people talking about how disappointed that they were that Hasan appeared on Trash Taste and they let him in. To the point where some people were saying that the comments were being basically removed by Trash Taste. What they don't know is that YouTube has an auto mod feature. Okay, a lot of people don't know this on YouTube, so just in case you don't know, okay, maybe you make a comment on some other person's video or even mine, okay? Sometimes if you make a comment on someone's YouTube video, it will get removed by YouTube's auto mod feature system. Maybe you said a no word. Maybe you said a bad word. Maybe you were being mean. And then like literally, like YouTube will filter out messages that they think is just not appropriate. That's why when you make a comment on someone's YouTube page, you usually have to kind of like try to not be like, I don't know, too offensive, or you'll get auto modded. And I'm assuming that there was a lot of offensive comments in here that eventually got auto modded. Anyway, Trash Taste said, we have never deleted comments on any episodes. Dice Man said, yes, the guy that justified the Tibetan genocide because the people were inferior. Solid pick on the episode this week, boys. Axer is saying, you don't want politics, yet you bring Hamas Piker. That's his nickname to people. They call him Hamas Piker. Another comment here says, Connor, no politics here. And then a few minutes later, having the most political discussion ever on podcast. Man, politics is so freaking like contagious, bro. Because it's like you ever go to a place and they're like, we're never discussing politics ever, right? And then literally, but it's so hard to ignore. I think it's important to kind of like talk about, but like not to the extent that I think some people get lost. And so I think it's like important to know what's happening without it taking over your life, right? And I feel like a lot of people in political discourse are just constantly talking about it. Like it's the main forefront of their discussion. It becomes their entire personality. And I think that's the kind of stuff that I like to stay away from. Keep me in the know. Let me know what's going on. That's what I'm gonna do for you guys. I'll let you guys know, but this will not ever turn into a political YouTube channel. I promise. What else we got here? Connor, why do people bring hate towards a VTuber? Also, Connor, bring in the guy that said the US deserves 9/11. Dear Lord, whose bright idea was to bring this guy as a guest? A few more. This guy said, finally, they actually managed to get a real garbage as a guest star. And this one said, having this guy on the podcast is unironically Trash Taste. So long to the boys. So yes, as you guys can see, bringing Hasan into your show, not so bueno right now because the goodwill that he has on the internet is pretty low at the moment. Here's the original clip that they were showing on Twitter, by the way, from Trash Taste. I think it's them actually just literally talking about like a preview of what the podcast is. I'll just play it really quickly.
Blue Lock is a boy love anime. The only part in Blue Lock that doesn't make it fully a BL, I guess, is that they don't kiss.
Boys Love dudes get like giga-rammed.
No. I get that.
Not
I get
all the time. No, Jesus Christ.
They get like impregnated.
There's sometimes when you have two characters and they're like, why do I feel tension here? Why?
Yeah.
Why do I feel
always
some
kiss.
tension here?
Okay, that's Blue Lock.
No, they don't have a whole scene about like his.
Okay, so Boys Love, by the way, if you guys don't know, anime is just literally like, I think like yaoi is usually just like men who just like men, right? There's like romance or whatever. And yeah, I've been watching Kuroko no Basket. Kuroko's no Basket is a very good basketball anime, and I think it's boy love. I think it is. I think sports anime is boy love, but it's like hidden. It's a hidden boy love, and so not all of them, right? You might know most of them, even Ippo. A lot of sports animes are just hidden boy love. And I ain't even mad, to be honest, because Ouran High School Host Club is like one of my favorite animes of all time, and there was a lot of hints of boy love in that one. But yeah, guys, that's Hasan Pike in the Trash Taste situation in a nutshell. Okay, it kind of sucks for Trash Taste because, like, yeah, they're just like minding their business usually. Connor and Gigik and the anime man, they never get into drama. These are like the least drama queens of all time. Okay, so to see some of this drama spill onto their channel because they hosted him, it kind of sucks. At the same time, people are really upset at Hasan. So if Hasan goes anywhere and you platform this dude and you're not just straight up interviewing him or asking him why he did the things that he did or said the things that he said, when people feel these things, then these haters will follow along. A lot of Hasan sympathizers are saying that he has explained himself many times, right? And we just have this back and forth. It's God, it's politics. It's always politics combined with like disinformation, misinformation, people not actually trying to get the full picture kind of situation. So a lot of people don't know people's sides or what people have said because people are only reading up to a certain amount. It's kind of sad. It's kind of annoying. It is what it is, though. Let me know how you guys feel about the situation in the comments below, though. Let's talk about something a little bit lighter, a little bit funnier. There has been a clip that has been on my timeline, like literally nonstop, about a person I don't know. I'm out of touch. This is for the first time in a while, and I'm literally chronically online. I'm well out of touch, and I don't know who this person is. Aqueous Rook, and a lot of you asked me to talk about this. It says Beabadoobee. Is that Beabadoobee crashing out? It's mad funny. Okay. I don't know who she is. Let's find out. I think she's a singer though. So looking on Google, okay, she's a Filipino-British singer-songwriter, okay? Is it Beabadoobee or Beabadoobee? Beabadoobee. I'm assuming it's Beabadoobee, okay? And she's a music known professionally as Beatrice, and she's a songwriter. And holy crap, she's a big deal. She opened for Taylor Swift on the original leg of her Eras tour in 2023. Okay, so she's a big deal. That's huge. That's huge opening up for Taylor Swift. So this was the tweet, guys, that I saw that was trending, like literally, and I didn't click it. I saved it. It's a minute and 30 seconds, right? She fell for the rage bait. And I think she was being like bullied online. Like there was like a bit of a trend going on with somebody named, I think, NBA Youngstar. I don't know. And I think they were making fun of her with her singing, but that was like a meme. So yeah, we'll start there. And it looks like she had a bit of a crash out moment. Let's look at it.
I've seen so many comments about this, but I've never seen the actual videos. But the fucking men commenting, artists who can sing vs who can't. Like, just tell me you don't get no girls. Just tell me, like, your mother didn't love you. Just, like, you might as well just say it. It's obvious. It's plain. I've stalked your fucking profiles and you're arguing. Does it hurt me? Not really, if I'm being completely honest. I know men are mad at me because I probably get more girls than them, and I'm not even gay. I don't even know what I am. Maybe I'm bi. Who knows? But in all seriousness, who gives a fuck? Okay, artists, you can sing vs you can't. I still got more money than you, and you're still a man. So...
Damn. She said, who cares? Because I have money and you are a man. I don't know. It's pretty base so far. That's absolutely hilarious. Okay. All right. Not so good though for the I mean, I'm assuming that her crowd is the women's. Okay. So she probably doesn't care about not having the male audience, but saying, hey, I'm rich, but also you're mad is hey, I'm standing on business. I respect it. Keep going. Let's see what happens.
Also, the block button exists. Like, I will literally just block. Also, I just haven't seen any of those videos. Like, I've seen the comments, but I'm just not on that side of TikTok. And I feel like the people who care about my art and listen to my music aren't like weird incel men that like have no friends. I feel like they have like a cool social life and they go outside and touch grass. So I just don't, it's not part of my radar, but I see your comments and I'm blocking your shit, okay? It's not that hard for me. And they just like block keywords, like it's not, you're dumb, you're dumb.
Okay. What made her so mad?
Artist who can't sing versus artist who can sing.
Can't remember.
That was it? These are the TikToks that were making her mad?
Artist who can sing versus artist who sings absolutely fucking horrible.
What? Okay, so they played her for like a clip and then they put NBA Youngboy.
Rappers who can't sing versus rappers who can sing.
Can't remember how to say it.
What? Okay. Are these clips really the clips that caused the crash out?
Artist who can sing versus artist who can't sing.
Oh my God. I don't know what to say. Is this literally the content that okay, I have a brain rot brain. My head is brain rotted. Okay, I'm in there. I'm in the whole, you know, wee. You know, I'm there. I might be autistic. And so I get the brain rot humor. This one transcends though, because I don't use TikTok. So this one's catching me off guard, but dang. So this is the trend basically that got her to be upset. My guess is maybe she's more of a normie. Maybe she's not very brain rotted. Okay, she's 25. So I'm assuming she's, what is that, Gen Z? I don't know. I don't know what that is actually, but I'm assuming she's got to know that these are just like memes and you're supposed to ignore it. But then she responded and said, I get money and screw men. That's probably going to have some backlash. So as you guys probably know, the internet dragged her for her response as well. Okay, she declared war on men and incel men specifically. It's a lot of them, right? I wouldn't do it. But she declared war, and also she says she's got money, right? So now she's declared war with the brokes. Okay, so not only the incel men's, with the poors. Okay, that's a lot of enemies to create in one video. She has then eventually responded to the current hate that she has received in this clip, which we'll play right now.
I'm gonna try to explain this as clearly as possible in the maturest way possible, in hopes that you guys understand, even though you probably won't. I'm gonna use school as an example. I don't know why, but okay. So you're at school, and there's this one dude that just keeps prodding you with a stick and is saying a joke, and it's funny. I'm like, okay, fair enough, funny. And then it happens a couple more times, and he's like prodding you, and I'm like, okay, this is getting kind of annoying, but it's still funny. It's still funny. And then it gets to a point where it literally just involves your entire life because it's constantly being shoved into your face. You're like, dude, it was funny, but now it's pissing me off.
Okay, so she's saying that there's somebody prodding her with a joke, which I assume is the meme, and it was funny, and the meme kept getting bigger and bigger, and it kept lasting and long, and she started actually getting more annoyed with it, which I can understand. That's, you know, basic human stuff. I think though, as like a content creator myself as well, me being on the button of a lot of jokes for a long time, okay? I've been called Johnny Somali, still am being called Johnny Somali. Every time Johnny Somali appears on an article somewhere, someone's tagging me and being like, hey, Omni, what did you do this time, right? There was one point in time where you guys said that I was dead, okay? So I was literally dead to you guys in every comment section or wherever I tweeted, like, hey, Omni, how are you posting? Aren't you dead, right? So it's a running gag. It's a running joke. To be honest, I would just kind of like, you know, pull with the punches, swing with it, have fun with it, because that's just how the internet rolls. But for her, she got a little bit sensitive. It looks like it might have touched a nerve, and maybe she's not used to that kind of attention. I am, because I don't know. I've been experiencing this since the birth birth of the internet. So it just rolls right off me. I think it's a rite of passage, to be honest. But the biggest thing is that you don't respond to trolls. In fact, you play along. That's the best way that she could have gone about it, is quite literally owning it. Like, if someone's making memes of you about not being able to sing, then what makes you base would have worked if you just joined in on the making fun of yourself, because that's what people like to see is people joining in on the jokes. That's what I would have given her as an advice as a PR person, but she went the other way. She went the other route. She got big baby rage mad, and now we're here.
Like, this is rude. This is rude. It's hurting my feelings. And so you get angry, which is very valid. Got angry. And in B nature, in the same way I did that meme TikTok where I'm like, and I stalked your profiles, you're fucking ugly. I did that because it frustrated me. But the one thing that I failed to kind of put across in that video, despite me saying that I didn't really care about those videos, it was the comments and it was the constant spamming, was that it shed light to a load of other things in my life that have really, truly affected my mental health. When you get incels rushing to your comment section and you get a flood of comments of the same thing, a load of other comments start to surface. Like, if you're on the internet.
Okay, so this is a fair point. All right, and this is important that we listen. Okay, we listen, we don't judge. Okay, she's saying that, okay, the memes are funny, the comments are funny, right? You guys are having jokes and hee-hees and ha-has, but the kind of energy that you're bringing is now bringing out, like, some of you might be just memeing and having fun, but now you're bringing out the actual misogynists or the actual mean people, okay? Because there's a lot of people on the internet who are playing around and being a goofball, and then there's another group who's not, right? They're here to hurt you. They want war, problem. They see you jumping on a trend. They say, ooh, I see a woman. Time to hate her. Time to say the most misogynistic thing that I can because I love dunking on women type situations. They might find more reasons to dunk on her. Like, they'll find whatever they can on her to dunk on her. And she's saying, you have the trend and it's funny, but you're bringing in another group of people and it hurts my feelings. And that's valid. That's fair. Okay, we shouldn't say like, hey man, you should have a strong skin, you're a celebrity, blah blah blah. Like, she's human and she's allowed to feel hurt if this is hurting her feelings. It is a part of the gig. It's a part of the industry. It's one of those things that you kind of have to get thick skin with, especially the bigger you get. But also, she is still allowed and entitled to feel the feelings that she is feeling.
And you start going viral, a lot of people will be onto your shit naturally. And it's something that I have struggled with and have tried to come to terms with. That's just the inevitability of being, like, around, I guess.
Yeah.
And I guess my initial reaction is just to take the piss. I'm just like, I get more girls than you. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was a joke. It's not that deep. In the same way we're like, why is she deep-sing it? I'm like, this dude, same with you. Like, it's not that deep. The one thing that is deep is the comments that resurface and the comments that I started getting recently since I've been going more.
So just to pause on that. So she said that it was just a joke. Okay. Her comments of saying you incel men and I get more money than you. It's kind of a joke. I don't think it's a joke, but also it is like probably a reaction. Like it could be how she really feels. To be honest, like when people feel certain ways, let's think about this, right? When a person feels like, you know, like they're being attacked, then they try to, you know, they feel insecure and they try to, I guess, express security by expressing things that make them feel secure or greater or bigger or better. So they'll say, hey, I got money, right? If someone says, hey, bro, you suck. Like, well, I'm rich. Okay, what about that? Okay, and you're a man, all right. So screw you. I get the crash out. She is not built like certain people who might be able to take it or even swing with it. And again, that is okay as well. So I'm understanding what she's. I'm empathizing. Interesting here. I'm empathizing with her and her thoughts, and not projecting my own thoughts and how I would handle the situation because she's not me. Wow. We call that growth, Chad. More
viral on this app from this same incel culture that this meme comes from. Okay? And I'm sorry if it feels like I'm grouping like individuals, but yes, it's mostly men. Like, call me sexist, But I don't think a girl would be like, I was wanking off to that Beabadoobee video. Like, nah. Like, no, that's not cool. That makes me feel like shit. And, like, when I get a flood of these comments from this one, like, silly meme video that I have been commenting on. Okay, this is another thing. This is what's so funny to me, is if you go through this, like, the artist who can't sing, who can sing videos, I have commented on them. And this is the thing, like, I feel like my comments just get hidden, but you can go and check. I have commented being like, this is funny. Like, this is low-key funny to me. Like, it was just, like, this spamming, dude. And just, like, everyone from that community coming to my account and saying so much more weird as shit. And I'm sorry if I didn't, like, put that across in my rant video. But, like, also, okay, like, I'm sorry if that affected you. I'm sorry if saying I got more girls than you affected you. But respectfully, I don't think that's sexism, because as a woman in the 21st century, I feel like I've experienced a lot of sexism, especially in the music industry. And I know what it feels like.
Okay. So she said, I guess sexism was her saying that I get more girls than you. And she's saying that's not sexism because she has experienced actual sexism. I think I agree with that. I think I think if you are a woman in the industry, you probably have much more of a knowledge of what actual sexism is versus a comment that you say to other people that might hurt your feelings. A sexist comment that's saying that, hey, bro, I get more girls than you, versus like being in the industry and actually being subjugated to actual sexism. But yeah, so far, pausing, I'm going to play the rest of the clip here. But so far, she made a crash out. The response video, I think also not bad as well. I think the issue here, though, right, again, is that we're not dealing with the average person with nuance, right? This is TikTok. This is brain rot. And like she said, incel men, you know, whatever. Okay, so you can't have conversations with these people. So the more you talk about it or the more you respond, that's more fuel. It will make these people angry. You can do nothing. Like you already said, you was already at the butt end of a meme, okay? And you did nothing and you will be made fun of, right? Now imagine doing something. Now, I'm not saying that you don't speak out, you try to defend yourself. This is just my opinion and mine's alone. When it comes to the internet, there is a very, very large group of unreasonable people and uneducated people that you are going to be dealing with. They are sad, depressed, lonely, and mad, and they have nothing to do but to ruin your life, okay? That's your average audience. Those are the people who are floating around and coming towards these clips and finding reasons to latch onto it. So while what you're saying might be good for like a person that has empathy or a regular human being, right? When it comes to the gremlins of the internet, bro, usually the best response is, in my opinion, like I've just said, is either A, no response. Just ignore it. You just gotta ignore it, because when you feed the trolls, right, it makes them hungrier and then makes them more dangry. They're like, ooh, I got somebody to react to me. Time to mess them up even further. Or B, like I said, you got to fight back. You fight back by blending in. You become a troll. You accept the meme, okay? You accept the jokes and you allow people to play around with you. It might be a little bit hard though, because like she's saying, she has comments in there that are kind of like triggering her. So that's fair. And she's not built that way. But look, again, from a PR perspective, if you want to kind of like emotionally detach and address this objectively, that probably would have been the best move, because it probably would have squashed it off. Because once you realize that they're in on the joke, then it's not really going, you can't harm them. You can't hurt the person once you're in on the joke.
I just am so tired. Yeah. I'm so tired of feeling like the punching bag constantly. It's horrible. It fucking sucks. And I have so much things to be excited about. I've got the Brits next week. I'm making the music I have always wanted to make. This is talked about enough. Like, I've seen so much of it, and I think it's just one thing where it's just a meme and a joke and it's funny. And then it becomes another thing when it's like constantly like everywhere on your comments and on your social media. And then it becomes another thing when it's like you somehow have managed to attract this same group of people who are constantly sexualizing you and just being super, super disrespectful. It makes me uncomfortable. Like, all of that as a whole makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And you cannot blame someone lashing out because they feel frustrated.
Yes.
Like, I will take the piss if you take the piss out of me. Like, it's a joke.
Yeah, so I agree with that, and I feel with that because, I mean, what she's essentially describing is victim blaming, because at the end of the day, right, it sounds like she was minding her business, and a lot of people were just literally just harassing her online, and she crashed out from it. Legitimately crashed out from it, and now people are, you know, and fueling the fire even more from her crash out because they got the reaction. And I think this is an internet rite of passage. I think, to be honest, this is probably going to be good for her because there's going to be a lot of people who are going to discover her for the first time. As you can see here, I'm discovering her for the first time. And there's going to be a lot of people who are going to relate to her as well. More women are going to find her as well. More men who are not incels are going to find her as well. So even though this currently sucks, I do think this is going to have a more positive effect on her career, and I wish her the best. Okay, I do empathize how Bea is feeling, and I don't want to ever discredit her feelings. She, you know, took the comment back about, you know, like having the money and calling it a crash out. And we all, and I've said this to you guys before, we all deserve at least 1 or 2 crash outs a year. Okay. Just, we deserve it. You need to. It's a rite of passage, especially with how much stuff is happening around the world right now. We all deserve at least our quarterly or biannual crash out. That's just my opinion. You guys can let me know how you feel in the comments though. That's the Beabadoobee situation. I feel like I'm destroying her name. Beabadoobee. It's a tongue twister. Beabadoobee. Guys, before we get further in today's topics, I'm happy to announce that today's video is sponsored by Mantis Sleep, the world's best sleep mask. Guys, do you find yourself turning and tossing at night, waking up every hour or so, never being able to get those full 6 to 8 hours of sleep? I used to, but not anymore. Because with Manta Mask combined with the Pro Nap movement, which encourages us to take small afternoon naps, I feel like I finally have that energy that I've been missing. For example, the Manta Sleep Mask Pro gives 100% blackout for deeper sleep, C-shaped eye cups for unbeatable side sleep comfort, there's no pressure on eyelids or lashes, and advanced materials allows for maximum breathability. There's also the Manta Sleep Mask Sound, equipped with razor-thin Bluetooth headphones. It's perfect for those of you who like to fall asleep to background noise or your favorite podcast while still offering the complete and total blackout experience. Guys, getting quality sleep is very important considering it takes up 1/3 of your actual lifespan, which is a crazy fact in itself if you think about it. If you have trouble sleeping, try these bad boys out. I promise you will not be disappointed. So yeah, guys, what do you have to lose outside of sleep itself? You guys can click the link in the description box below and use promo code OMNI to get 10% discount on your next purchase. Again, guys, just click the link in the description box below using promo code OMNI. And again, special thanks to Mantis Sleep for sponsoring today's video. Guys, this one's not good. Emily in Boston said, yo, please pray for Pope Francis. He's been wheelchair bound for a while, but now he has pneumonia in both his lungs and he's in critical condition at the hospital. Oh, no. Not Pope Francis. He's in critical condition after suffering a long asthmatic respiratory crisis this morning. Man, oh dang, that sucks. You guys know Pope Francis, right? The Pope, okay? Catholic Church, okay? The big dude, because he has introduced concepts to the church that are different and new to what was in the past. For those of you guys who don't know, Pope Francis has made way more inclusive remarks when it comes to the LGBTQ, where he has a famous line where he says, "Who am I to judge?" It was a comment in 2013 regarding gay priests, which, it marked a very significant shift in tone. He's supported civil unions for same-sex couples, stating that they deserve legal protections, and in 2023, he allowed priests to bless same-sex couples, though not in a way that equates to marriage. But yeah, Pope Francis, he's been serving as the Pope for about 12 years, and he is 88 years old, okay? So he's getting up there, right? Not quite a young buck, and from what I also heard as well, there are rumors that the people at the Catholic Church over there were actually practicing like potential funeral arrangements. Okay, people were practicing actual, what is it, like, I don't know, the actual saluting and the guns and the people are getting ready for it. This look like he may be on his deathbed unless, I guess, a miracle happens. But yeah, I'll keep you guys posted on Pope Francis' condition. In other news, let's talk about a little bit of politics. Okay, I've been meaning to talk to you guys about more about politics, but I feel like it's been so much happening. I keep saying this. There's so much that I wanted to go back and do like a TLDR. And then when I went back to kind of look at everything that's been happening over since the inception of Trump being in office, it was still too much. Like it would be like a 2-hour video if I was to talk to you guys about all the executive orders, all of the policy changes, all of the things that he's been doing with Musk, all of the interviews, all of the if I gave you guys a summary of everything that happened, I would be here for quite a while. It's an actual project. So I'm going to do my best to just keep you like updated now in the present and going forward. Okay. And then maybe when we get a little bit more time, we'll go over some of like the in totality, what has been happening. But yeah, one of the things that happened the past week, okay, when it comes to this whole new administration and Elon Musk kind of like being like Trump's like attack dog, Will Phoenix saying Elon Musk wants to know what federal employees accomplished last week. Okay. So if you guys don't know, Elon Musk made a tweet that said that every federal employee, as of every Friday and every week, have to make a list of things that they accomplished over that past week. Email that seems to be going through here is, hey, HR, please reply to this email with approximately 5 bullet points of what you accomplished last week and CC your manager. Please do not send any classified information, links, or attachment. Deadline is this Monday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern. And if that's tonight, is Monday, if you are a federal employee, and if you don't, according to him, failure to reply will be your resignation, which I didn't know Musk just has the ability to just do. This man just literally just has the ability to do whatever he wants. I'm like, what the heck? You can just start firing people after just arbitrarily telling people to start responding to him and Trump are finding every single reason possible to just fire federal workers. Okay. They're like, did you breathe today? Did you step outside today? If you didn't, well, I got some news for you, bro. You're fired.
What's your reaction to challenging federal employees on their accomplishments and how that's now being asked to thousands, tens of thousands of people across the country through social media?
I think it's a great idea. You do it in private business all the time. You have to have accountability. You have to show your work. You have to show what you've done. And now we're saying the federal government should do the same. And some folks are upset about it. Obviously, they're upset because they can't show what they've done because they probably haven't done much. They're mad because they have to go back to work. I've been contacted by people that are very upset that they have to go back to work because they've moved. They don't even live in the area anymore, but they thought they could work from home. And, the post-COVID days are over. We need to get people back to work. We need to show what they're doing, and we need to show the efficiencies of government, which have not been done in quite some time.
So, interesting comment, okay? Because there are some things that I agree with and I disagree with here, okay? I do think efficiency is very, very, very important for the workforce as well, okay? I don't want people working in the government who aren't doing stuff. And I know for a fact that that's the case, okay? Let's not pretend, all right? There's plenty of people who are just coasting. I've had this conversation before, that where it comes to the government, okay, the whole part of the gig of the government that people had was it's basically very difficult for you to get fired and it's comfort, right? So a lot of people who want to be in comfortable positions where they're not like overachieving or kind of like borderline coasting, it will attract those kind of people. So I 1000%, both in the private and the public force as well. There's plenty of people, sure, abusing the telework policy. 1000%. Let's just be real. I also think it's the majority as well. Okay. I have a belief when it comes to people that there are more underachievers than there are overachievers. Okay. Especially in group settings and group projects. Okay. I've worked on group projects before, and I've always felt there's an imbalance where there's usually more people who are doing less than and there's usually 1 or 2 people who are really strong, who are basically keeping everyone else afloat. That's kind of how I feel in general. So I do think the concept of increasing efficiency is great. But however, I don't think I agree with the implementation. First of all, this is micromanaging the entire federal government with a blanket statement. Okay, just the entire one. And there might be a lot of implications as to why people might not be able to do this, whether it's because of security reasons. They might this says don't put any classified links, right? But like, then how do you tell people what you're doing without telling them what you're doing? But also the question is Elon really just capable? Like, he's not a part of the government. He's not. He is literally issuing like proxy statements to tell federal workers what to do. Like, how does a person in private tell the government what to do, which is absolutely insane, just over a blanket statement as well. So I'm sure that's peeving a lot of people as well. There was another point that he talked about was the COVID days and teleworking, and people need to come back into work. And I think that's a belief of whether or not you think that people should be coming into work and working versus staying at home and working. Again, I think that is based on how different people feel. Some people feel like telework is very effective. I actually think telework is very effective, but not for every single person. I think for a person who is a good worker, who's an honest worker, who's very good at what they do, they can work from home and they'll be completely fine. They'll get all their work done. There's literally no need for them to be in the office and come in and just do all of this kind of, it's a waste of time. It's quite literally a waste of time. Commuting is a waste of time. And then also there's the concept of people who don't actually, they moved, right? They were under an agreement that said that they are basically teleworking. Therefore, they got a home somewhere else because they were teleworking. And now there's no empathy for these people who have uprooted their entire lives under a single premise. And then in a blink of an eye, they're being told, hey, you need to appear in office now. And if you don't, you're fired. That's crazy. That's crazy. Buying a home and living from the government is quite literally a month, if not annual, if not several year process. And then to condemn people and not have any kind of empathy for people who have basically shaped their lives in a specific way, and then you just change it abruptly out of nowhere, and then we're blaming them. That's nonsensical. Okay, that's just not right, no matter how you look at it. So yeah, again, while I agree with the concept of efficiency, the implementation is is garbage for real. It's not effective, and I think it's kind of mean. On top of that, I feel like it's a waste of time. Like for real. Like I think that's going to waste more taxpayer dollars by having everybody do like a 10-15 minute, hey, here's what I did for the week email from like literally, I don't think that's an effective way of actually finding out what's happening. I think Elon replied and later said that the whole point of this was so that he can find people who are either inactive, they're looking for like ghost members of the employees. Apparently there are people all the way up to the age of 200 who are collecting like money and checks from the government. And he's claiming that it's one of the biggest frauds of all time when it comes to the government and how they are distributing taxpayer dollars. And if that's true, then hey, do the work, do the audit, and let's find out and expose whatever it is. Okay. Because if there are literally like if there's corruption in the government and you find it, good, kudos to you. But also at the same time, I do feel like a lot of these policies that are happening, that are in place, are just done to just quite literally continue to find reasons to cut people, right? They're looking for ways to continue to cut the federal workforce under the guise of, how we should be doing things, right? But the bottom line is cut, okay? Figure out another way to fire more people, okay? Now figure out another way to fire more people. Now figure out another way to find more people. That's what it feels like what's happening right now in the federal government. How many people have actually been laid off so far? Oh my Lord. In the weeks since President Donald Trump has assumed office, more than 200,000 federal workers and more than a dozen agencies have had their roles eliminated. Good freaking Lord. And I think that doesn't even include, or might include, the 70,000 federal workers who accepted the buyout that occurred a couple of weeks ago. That was kind of like, hey man, if you can leave, you can resign under specific terms if you want to. Otherwise, yeah, you might get fired and laid off. The thing is that even per the White House legal team, okay, Musk is not in charge of Doge, and he literally has no legal authority over the actions within the government. A lot of critics feel that this is an ongoing psyop that's basically meant to keep, federal workers on edge and stressed out, saying that the last 3 weekends have just basically been actions to instill fear and stress and to essentially wear down the federal workers so that they are less and less resilient. So yeah, that's the whole thing with Elon Musk in terms of telling people that they need to basically, give a summary of what they've done. I'll let you guys know if anything comes of it. I imagine somehow it will. Again, I'm still trying to understand how he's having the ability to make basically orders for Doge and to the government while being like a private citizen. That part is confusing me yet, but I'm going to look more into that as well. And if I find any updates, I guess after Monday, tomorrow, I'll let you guys know if people really did get fired for not sending that 5-point bullet point. That should be very interesting.